Scheming reaches its peak, it turns into a criminal act that violates lives, even those in prayer. 14 years have passed since the crime at the Nahdain Mosque in the presidential palace complex. Yet Yemenis, who unanimously refer to it as the crime of the era, continue to recall the tragedy, the images of the victims, and reflect on the deep wound it inflicted upon the nation.
The bombing at the presidential mosque is the crime of the era. Never before in history has an entire state leadership been targeted while praying in God's house. Those behind it wanted to drown Yemen in blood. Even in his final moments, President Ali Abdullah Saleh refused to fire a single shot. On that day, they showed no respect for religion. The victims were in prayer inside a mosque. Yet they slaughtered them, then celebrated in the streets, feasting as savagely as Hind did with Hamza's liver.
14 years on, the repercussions of the mosque crime still cast a dark shadow over Yemen's reality. It not only deepened the state of political instability, but also served as a stark indicator of the collapse of both civilian and military state institutions.
The June 3rd attack on the presidential compound was a dark and defining moment. Till this day, Yemenis continue to suffer the lasting consequences across every aspect of life.
Everything Yemen endures today is a direct result of the bombing of the presidential compound. It targeted not just political leaders or the political system, but the very values of our society.
It ignited a series of successive political, economic, security, and public service crises and, alongside other factors, marked a critical turning point that ultimately led to the descent into the ongoing war and conflict that persist to this day. Today, Yemenis hold on to great hope for the restoration of the state and the revival of the political process, aspiring to a future of peace and justice, a future in which those responsible for crimes committed against the nation are held accountable.